Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to orchestrate a data pipeline using the Stonebranch Universal Automation Center. This demo includes how to integrate with and control applications across the data toolchain, schedule and orchestrate automated processes in any tool, enable DataOps lifecycle methodologies, and track telemetry data to drive observability and compliance. As you probably already know, a data pipeline typically runs across multiple source systems, ETL, data storage, and data visualization tools. For today's example, we selected both on-premises and cloud tools to help mimic a pipeline that runs across a modern hybrid IT environment. Within this pipeline, we'll start out with source data that resides in an SAP ERP system and on a server within a data center. Data files are moved via managed file transfer into the cloud and replicated in storage across both Azure Blob and AWS S3. For data ingestion and transformation, we have Informatica and Azure Data Factory in our workflow. Then, of course, we use Snowflake as our data warehouse. And finally, for delivery, we use Tableau to deliver insights. In reality, each of these data sources and tools are interchangeable with other applications found in any enterprise environment. Now, let's jump into the demo. We'll start off with the Tableau dashboard. This is the type of view a data consumer would use, in our case, a business user. You'll quickly notice that the data is divided by regions in the dashboard. However, sales data for the central region is missing. Let's go ahead and drill down into a visual representation of the data pipeline that's used to populate this dashboard. Then we'll follow the entire process to update this Tableau dashboard with the correct data. Now we are in the Stonebranch Universal Automation Center, or UAC for short. This is a dashboard used to monitor our data pipeline. It's the view that IT ops, data engineers, and data architects would typically use to monitor for errors, root cause issues, and manage SLAs. Additionally, there are many other reports and dashboards. As an example, the default dashboard shows the complete list of tasks running in the UAC instance for all automation and orchestration use cases. Now, let's get into the data pipeline workflow. To kick off this workflow, we'll use AWS SQS, which is going to simulate confirmation that the central region data is updated and ready to be extracted from the applications and then processed through the data pipeline. To start, it's just waiting for a message to hit the AWS SQS queue. So let's go ahead and drop a message into the SQS queue from Postman. Now the message is dropped into AWS SQS queue from Postman. As soon as the message hits, the SQS monitor within the UAC sees the message and visually changes to success. And now the application jobs will trigger the central region data extracts from both SAP, ERP systems, and MS SQL. Once the data extracts are completed, we'll go and check for the availability of space in the target directory. Then these extracts from the application server will be transferred over to the directory. Now we see that the disk space check went to success. So there's sufficient space. Then we're going to initiate our file transfer task, which is going to transfer the data from the application server into the repository. The file transfer may be sent via any common file transfer protocol. This would include FTP, SFTP, FTPS, or FTPES. Additionally, end users can use our proprietary protocol called UDM, which is Stonebranch's built-in Universal Data Mover or a managed file transfer tool. In our workflow, SAP data is going to be transferred via UDM, and the MS SQL data is going to be transferred via SFTP. Here we have an approval task, which is waiting for a manual task approval from a business or operational lead. Once they approve it, it's going to kickstart the compute-heavy process in the cloud apps. In this example, the workflow approval could be made from either Slack or Teams, or it could even be made via email. So let's take a look at Slack. You can see the approval message. All the relevant details of the task are visible. You can see UAC has dropped an approval message in here as well. So with the click of a button in either Slack or Teams, let's watch the manual approved task move to success in the UAC. This step allows the data sources to be uploaded into AWS and Azure Cloud Storage. You'll notice the cloud storage task is complete, which means the files have been moved to both AWS and Azure. Right away, you'll see that Informatica has started its ETL processes. Once complete, Informatica will transform and load the data from cloud storage into Snowflake. From Snowflake, we'll simply update the original Tableau dashboard. Okay, looking back at the Snowflake task, it's been completed. Additionally, the Tableau refresh task is executing. Great, we can now see that Tableau finished its execution. Let's go ahead and flip out of the UAC and back into Tableau to check on the data. After a quick click of the refresh button, we can now see that the central region data has arrived and updated the widgets within the dashboard itself. In tandem with this update of Tableau, we built another workflow that uses the same data for another team. While the Tableau dashboard is designed for a business user, this branch of the workflow passes the data into a machine learning process that may be leveraged by data scientists or other analysts. In this case, we're pushing the final product out via Power BI. Now that all Databricks jobs have gone to completion, wait a minute, we see a failure in the Power BI refresh job. So it's not uncommon for a job to fail for some reason. In this case, we actually set this job up to fail on purpose to illustrate how easy it is to visually identify and then handle the failure. This is an example of the type of notification you would see within Microsoft Teams and Slack chat channels. Moving over to ServiceNow, you'll notice that a ticket's been created for the job failure. Now that this ticket's here, the support team can pick up the ticket and work on the item. But let's look at PagerDuty. So here it is open. You can see that just like with ServiceNow, a ticket has been created. However, we've attached some additional information to this ticket, including information about the job that failed. From PagerDuty, we've also made it a little more flexible from an operation perspective. So here, we can also rerun or force finish tasks directly from within PagerDuty. Let's go ahead and assume that the Power BI job was completed manually. With the click of this action in PagerDuty, it will initiate a webhook to force finish the job in the UAC. In turn, we'll see the rest of the workflow get executed. And once the workflow is finished, we'll receive an email notification with a PDF illustrating the complete set of tasks that have been executed for the pipeline execution. So, in summary, what we've seen today is how to operationalize data pipelines using a data pipeline orchestration platform that supports a DataOps methodology. Universal automation is a single platform that empowers collaboration amongst data teams, developers, IT ops people, and cloud ops teams. It's designed for enterprises that need to scale their data programs. As a single lens to orchestrate all automation across your data pipeline, you gain observability and the ability to move quickly when issues arise. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video.